Best cashback credit card based on own monthly spending. Credit card rewards is an often discussed topic between Vancouver consumers on social media. People often ask which one is the best credit card, and the answer varies depending on whether you're looking for exchange for flights or pure cash. I looked at the best travel rewards cards, but most require greater than $100 annual fee. The annual fees usually is waived for the first year, but in general people say cannot waive after first year. So my focus turned to how I can get more cashback on grocery spending charged to credit card, because that's the main component of my monthly spending. After some research, these two sites are Helpful, Young and Thrifty, NerdWallet, and pondering about it a few days, I figured out Tangerine has the best cashback ratio, 2% for 3 custom, selected categories. Especially if you sign up before September 30th, you get 15% cashback on maximum $1,000 any purchase in the first 2 months. I guess there will still be some attractive credit card promotion after September 30th. But last weekend I suddenly remembered that as UBC alumni, I got another credit card offer, which is not listed on the above comparison sites. When I checked the BMO UBC alumni card webpage, the current promotion is actually surprising to me, because it's also no fee, and most important of all, it offers 3% cashback on grocery category merchants. Other perks are 1% on recurring bills, 0.5% on others, and 5% welcoming cashback for the first 3 months. Mind you, from my research, Costco and Walmart is classified into warehouse and not grocery in some credit card systems, which will then fall back to the 0.5% cashback ratio. So you really have to carefully check the terms and conditions before applying for a specific credit card. So I had a problem, given so many varying cashback ratios, it's hard to picture in my head which one, Tangerine MasterCard or BMO Alumni MasterCard, can pay me back more. In the end I decided to use Excel. I have the ballpark estimates for each category of monthly spending, because I used to track them in expense tracking app. Should I factor in inflation and future growth of each spending? My TransLink auto top-up did increase compared to 2 months ago after TransLink raised fare in July. I could, but the effort is just too much and it's hard to predict 12 months forward. Predicting current spending and 3 months forward, I'm anticipating I will have to spend more in restaurants and public transportation, because the current hybrid working mode, 2 days in office, may turn into more days as Canada recently dropped all mask mandate and no longer requires vaccination for inbound travelers. Everything back to pre-COVID normal. It's hard to keep every moving parts of monthly spending in control. But narrowing down to 3 major categories of spending should reduce mental strain on coming up with calculations. So I just went ahead into the spreadsheet and entered constant amount for 3 major categories each month. For the next 12 months, then apply them to 1. BMO card rates and 2. Tangerine card rates. Then compare the total cashback. For my own spending projection, the cashback difference is still almost $100, almost $300 versus $215, as the 15% cashback in first 2 months. $150 of Tangerine contributed a lot of weight. BMO 3% over Tangerine 2% cashback on grocery spending can only save me $1 every $100 purchase each month, so each month only save around $4 extra if I use BMO. As I anticipate more future restaurant spending, the grocery spending may actually go down. Not to say, the BMO alumni card also have some small prints in terms and conditions on the cap of amount that can apply the cashback rate. One example being, earn 3% cashback on grocery store purchases up to a maximum of $500 spent per statement cycle period. In general, in my impression, big banks are just less generous or aggressive in giving promotions to customers, so I don't want to fall into traps and disappoint myself later. Tangerine, on the other hand, is a digital-only bank acquired by Scotiabank, which I use, and I know Scotiabank is friendly to international students in many situations, and has less brick-and-mortar operating costs, in general, has more attractive offers across various products. Okay, decision is made. So, our consumption behavior in the end still is influenced by brand impression. But, even comparison is done, before I apply, I actually have to evaluate whether this is a wise decision that I get one more credit card. A Reddit post commenting on the BMO alumni card actually said the rewards are not worth the hit to your credit score, i.e., your credit score will be lowered whenever you apply for a new borrowing, which is called a hard inquiry from a financial institution, and there are other cards with better rewards. Okay, more research to do before applying. I have to understand how the credit score system in Canada works, and whether this decision will negatively impact my future borrowing opportunities e.g., mortgage and car loan. In a nutshell, actually you need to have more borrowings, not only credit card, to build credit score over time. And it's better split bills into 2 credit cards, instead of using a main one and reaching over 35% credit limit of one card. But the good news is, for mortgages and car loans, actually banks look into way more factors, such as income, and credit score is just one small part. Then I went ahead to use Tangerine app to open account. The app experience is quite a breeze, but the lack of physical branch did pose some delay in application, as it requires me to go to a Canada post office to verify my identification. I could still open an account within 3 days. Today, after I'm approved of the credit card and was in the middle of recommending to a friend, I saw on its homepage this debit Visa card promotion of 20% cashback. Ag! The terms and conditions says only online purchases are eligible for the 20% though. OMG, debit card usually don't have any or just very minimal rewards. Who would have thought of searching for which debit card has better rewards? My bad. Oh. Lesson learned, look around before you jump.